What my 37M wife, 35F, did during our separation makes me want to make it permanent. My wife and I have been married for 6 years. We have no children. Last July, tensions were high between us. I'm an essential worker. I work the night shift and sleep during the day while she's at work. She was working from home due to COVID and was very loud. This kept waking me up and making me a very crabby person. So I was admittedly very short with her and she was not accommodating to me at all. As a result, the time we did have together was very tense between us. It's normally a very happy time. But we weren't able to enjoy it at all. We made the decision to do a trial separation. Both go to therapy separately. And try couples therapy after a few months. As my company was frontline, they offered to put us up in a hotel so as not to risk our families. So I took advantage of this and moved out. I asked my wife for ground rules. My exact wording was, "So that I understand this. Are we seeing other people during this time?" Quote. She angrily replied, "If that's the first place your mind goes, then maybe it's not even worth it. I want to save our marriage, not give you an opportunity to go screw around." I apologized and assured her that I only wanted to understand where we stood. So over the past year, I've been in therapy. I talked to my boss and got my shift at work changed to the day shift because I realized that the night shift was really taking a toll on my mental health. I've learned to be firm but open and communicative and not bottle things up. I honestly feel so much better about myself as a person. My wife and I started couples counseling at the beginning of this year. And it's been really great for us. We both were open about what was wrong. Both recognized the faults that we had. And both committed to wanting to make things better. We made the decision for me to move back in next month and bring the separation to an end. During our most recent session, our counselor asked if I had completely broken off any relationships that I had during our separation. I replied, I didn't have any relationships during our separation. We established ground rules that this wasn't about having fun with other people. It was about getting better for our relationship to survive. My wife replied, "We never established that as a ground rule." I quoted her words back to her and she responded, "Well, I was letting you know that shouldn't be your main focus. I mean, if you were just going to go fool around with random women and not try to improve yourself, then there was no point in trying to save things." I responded, "So you were using weasel words to have things both ways. Did you date anyone?" Quote. She unashamedly stated that she had slept with 7 men during the past year. That it was perfectly allowed. And I was free to be with someone else if I so chose. She stated that if I didn't want that I should have clearly stated it. I countered that when I tried to broach it. She got angry and shut the subject down. And now she was trying to rewrite history. I told her at this point I need to think if I want to move in again or even try any more, because it's clear that she treated the last year as a free pass to sleep around on me. She says that I need to grow up and get over it. I responded, "See, that's where you're wrong. I don't need to do either of those things. I just need to get over you. And after today I feel like that's going to be the easier thing to do." She insists that I'm in the wrong on this and that when you're separated, it's completely understood that you're free to see other people. Honestly, this behavior, the weasel words, deliberately ambiguous statements, and the constant deflection, are the things that triggered me to blow up at her in the past. And the fact that it's still happening is just leading me to feel like I need to file for divorce and walk away. Am I making too much of this? I feel like I've made so much progress in therapy and I know she has too. But I just feel disgusted every time I look at her. I feel like she cheated on me. And I get so angry. I don't know if there's any way to move forward with her. She keeps saying she did everything right and I need to stop trying to punish her because I didn't explore while I could. Would I be the worst person in the world for filing for divorce at this point? I feel like I'm too close to this situation and can't think straight. What the hell do I even do at this point? I've been working for a year to fix my marriage and I thought she was too. Now I feel like we've been working on opposing teams. TL. Doctor, my wife and I separated for a year in order to work on ourselves and our marriage. She stated that this was not a time to find outside partners but slept with 7 men in a year and now claims we never established that as a rule. She wants to end the separation and I don't know if I want to after learning this. Divorce and move on. No trust and that will eat you alone and cause you to be paranoid 24/7 and you'll think you're insane and crazy when you are not. She definitely cheated. She got upset at you for bringing up sleeping with other people. So she wanted commitment during the separation. And she cheated on you during that commitment. Just move on and be happier. She obviously will only bring you misery. Would I be the worst person in the world for filing for divorce at this point? No, not at all. We were on a break. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Quote. See. That's where you're wrong. I don't need to do either of those things. I just need to get over you. And after today I feel like that's going to be the easier thing to do. That's pretty much the best thing you could have said. Follow through. I say leave her, but I'm curious. What did the therapist have to say about it? Seems crystal clear. You both aren't happy. Communication is poor and she's really lying. Trust done. Time for a divorce. She's gaslighting you to save herself after the fact. Her behavior is incredibly narcissistic and arrogant. I think you already know this. But let's remember another point. She slept with 7 men during the worst parts of COVID. During a time when you were fighting on the front lines to help people suffering from this virus. She was carelessly exposing herself to random people in the most intimate way. And if you were having any kind of contact with her during this time, she didn't care if it put you at risk. All the while you literally moved out of your home not to put her at risk. This shows a complete lack of a moral foundation and zero shits given about you. Time to move on to someone who really cares and shares your values. Sorry, dude. Trust is dead. Divorce and move on. I was a permanent night shift nurse for many years and I feel that pain of having people disturb your much needed sleep. It's even worse that she was so disrespectful while disturbing yours. I have a few questions I'm hoping you can clarify, please. Did you and her continue to sleep together or at all during the year of separation? And what did the couple's therapist say in response to her revealing this? I fear that the trust has been broken now and I've never been able to recover from that personally. It's brilliant that you spent your time really working hard to get to know yourself and make positive changes, but she will not be able to benefit from this because you deserve better than her. You deserve equal effort and respect. I really liked your response to her and I think moving on is your best move here. Wow, looks like therapy has just enabled her to use slippery fancy words to have her cake and eat it. 2. People like her don't change. Speaking from extensive experience with a mother like her. Please divorce in a hurry and move on. Her first response should have been sorry she hurt you. Not defending her actions even if she did think she was in the right. It doesn't sound like she loves you a lot, tbh sorry. I think I would be filing for divorce at that point. It would be hard to get past the feeling of betrayal. Everyone else has your back and is speaking to the actual point, but I haven't seen this point made. And you want to counter her argument. You don't. Except in your own head. Don't use these words to her. Closure comes from within, not from her. Engaging her is continuing your relationship, not closure. She insists that I'm in the wrong on this and that when you're separated, it's completely understood that you're free to see other people. Actually, it's understood that, once married, sleeping with others without explicit permission is cheating. She sounds like she has inflated sense of entitlement. Move on. Oh hell no. Just move on. You will never trust her or see her as anything but a deceptive person going forward. You are in your prime and will easily recover. Divorce. Okay. You are 100% okay to finalize the divorce. She could have said, quote, "Wait, that wasn't what I understood," quote, and she could have apologized for miscommunication. She doubled down and became defensive. She did not get nearly as much from the last year as you did. Good luck, sir. You actually went to counseling and worked on yourself while she took advantage of her freedom and fucked around. Your relationship will never be the same and you deserve better. Leave. That would be a deal breaker for me. Reading this just hurt my heart. She can't take that back. And you can't unfeel how you feel about it. This is why I don't believe in separations. Either work it out together or break up.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.